Well, if we've spent any amount of time together, you probably know when it comes to storing stuff, my first step is to significantly decrease the amount of inventory that you have to work with. But even after we've simplified our homes, we still have stuff that we have to keep. And so today I'm excited to show you some of my favorite storage solutions. There's also a few new things that I've been doing here in the kitchen with our paper clutter system, and something new that I'm just getting in place in the boys' room with their clothes. So I'm really excited to share all of these with you today. Well, hi, I'm Dawn from The Minimal Mom. We love sharing tips and tricks to simplify your house quickly and also to keep it organized. And I don't know, I don't like the word organized. I think it implies that you enjoy like putting stuff in order, and that's not necessarily me. I am a tidy person, which we talked about a few videos back, and that is working. So I'm a tidy person, but I still don't really like get a kick out of like, I don't know, organization. I guess that's the best word. But there's just things that we have to do, right? And I found some creative storage solutions over the years that work really well, but also some new things too that I'm really excited about. So today, I just wanna go around our house and show you some of my favorite things, show you the new ones, and then also the old faithfuls too. All right, well, let's start with my favorite new tip. This comes from Dana from A Slop Comes Clean. I will link to her book down below. Sometimes people are like, oh, Dawn, you should write a book. I do not need to write a book because Dana wrote it. It is awesome, it's perfect. All of her ideas are gold, so you just read her book, and I don't need to read a book. So when it comes to storage containers, what a pain keeping the bottoms and the lids and all that. It's a big pain in the butt, right? And so her tip is to store your storage containers with the lids on. And yes, what are you gonna say? Oh no, I can't fit as many then in my drawer or in my cupboard where I keep my storage containers. Right. That is the whole point. It is so awesome. I've been doing this for a little while now, and we do not have a lot of cupboard or drawer storage. So I was hesitant, but the thing is, we can only keep so much food storage in the fridge. And like Dana says, the more storage containers you have, the more food is rotting away in your fridge, right? Like, let's just face it, like we can only keep so much. And so by limiting the number of storage containers that you have, less likely to have stuff rotting away in the fridge. But two other great things about this method is you always know if you have lids for your containers, right? They're always matched up, and it's super easy to grab a container to put leftovers in. You just reach in and grab it. Like it's so much easier. So I know it seems counterintuitive, but it really does work awesome. Oh, and speaking of stuff going bad in the fridge, I still really like all of those acrylic bins that we put in the fridge. They were not that expensive, but it has been working awesome. I also like how the shelves are labeled. It seems a little over the top to me, but it's really been working well, and we've been able to keep it up. So I'll put that video down below as well. So we were really fortunate when we remodeled our kitchen that we could put some drawers in the island. I think really drawers are the most effective storage spaces in kitchens, but we don't always have drawers, right? And so we're able to keep our pots and pans in here. So what if instead you have these awkward base cabinets where you have a full bottom shelf and then you have like this half shelf on top, right? They don't actually work that well. So my favorite solution for these types of cabinets is to make your own drawer, to find a good sturdy basket that fits right in the base of the cabinet. And so what's so great about this is that then you can pull out the whole basket, see all of the contents of what's inside, easily grab what it is that you're looking for, but nothing gets stuck in the back, right? Because this basket fills up most of the bottom. And we've done this, we did this in our last house, I've helped my mom do it, and it's actually been really easy to find the right size baskets that fit inside. So this one's from Target. I've also purchased them at Walmart. So it might take a little like measuring, but this works so well. All right, my last tip here in the kitchen, some of you may recall when I got in trouble for decluttering the top of the fridge. But what I did was I put a tray up there. So if we have any clutter hotspots, of course, we always want to try and find permanent homes for those items, try and declutter them on a regular basis. But let's face it, we often still have areas that just attract regular day in and day out clutter. So I put that tray up there so I couldn't see what's up there. Tom can keep whatever he wants in it, that's totally fine. But it's worked great because I don't have to look at it, but he can still have the freedom to put in there whatever it is that he wants to put in there. All right, so welcome to our new base cabinets and our new desk area. I know there was some concerns about how this area was gonna function because like this space is like kind of like half hallway but half office. Like it's just a weird space, but this so far it's been working out really well and I really like it, but we'll see how it goes over time. But I want to show you where I've been keeping my paper clutter now and a change I've made to it. So I have dedicated this cabinet to like our household paper organization. So I will do a separate video about like totally setting up our new paper clutter system because it's been working really well. But I want to show you this basket that I've created. So this idea comes from How to ADHD, and she said to basically create a bin for I don't know things, for things that you don't actually know what to do with. So I call it my time will tell bin. Like, time will tell if I actually need this. Now the key to the success with this is that you do not put to-do items. I have my clipboard here where I put to-do items. So if it requires action or there's a consequence, like sending back an RSVP or sending in a rebate, it goes on the to-do clipboard. So this bin, the I don't know or the time will tell bin, is only for stuff that you might maybe want to reference in the future. So in here, I have some garden magazines that I got in the mail this spring, and I wasn't sure if we would order some fruit plants or some seeds. And so I just didn't know, but I didn't really have a spot to put them. Like, I don't keep stacks of magazines around. I did not want to stack on the counter, right? I wasn't gonna let it go up here. And so what could I do? I could put it in my time will tell bin because now it's way too late. I would never order seeds or plants now, right? So now I can confidently get rid of these because I never ordered from them. Another example is we got a postcard for a campground by us and it had a discount on it. And I'm like, well, I don't know if we would actually go to that campground or not. And so I didn't want to try and think of a way to like archive it or scan it or keep it in my phone because most likely I knew we weren't going to use it. And there was no consequence if it got made its way to the bottom of this bin. Like, it didn't really matter if we didn't end up using the coupon. So I could toss it in here. It had expired the end of June, and then I knew come June 30th, if we didn't use it, then I just throw it away. And so what's cool about this bin is that if it starts getting too full, then you grab it, you go through it while you're watching TV, and it's just very obvious if you still need the stuff or not. And so it has been working awesome and has been one of the best additions to my paper clutter, paper system in our house. All right, welcome back to our hall closet. We decluttered this a little while ago when we talked about how to declutter without making a bigger mess. Life-changing. Like, that is so cool. But Dana also in Decluttering at the Speed of Life talks about how you should always have a donatable donation box. And so I had a wire basket here from IKEA, but we really didn't need it there, and it would just kind of attract extra stuff. So this is my new official spot for a donation box, but the key really is that I can grab this whole box and take it to be donated. You might have like Rubbermaid containers. Actually, I could use that basket because I don't need that basket anymore. So getting rid of extra storage containers can be a great way too, like to donate those. But otherwise, make sure it's always something that you can literally grab the whole box and donate it. And it's amazing to me how now when I come across stuff in the house that needs to be donated, I don't have to like bring it out to the garage or the back of my car. I just put it in here. And that makes the decision easier if I'm like, oh, should I donate this or just put it back on the shelf? It is easier to put it back on the shelf, right? But if I have a donation box in the house, then I'll go toss it in there and it's not a big deal. So this, it seems like a little thing. A lot of these things seem like little things, but this makes a huge difference. All right, so here we are in one of our bathrooms, and I've talked about these quite a bit before, but the acrylic storage bins. So I love Dollar Tree bins whenever possible, but for our cabinet, it's a little bit smaller, so every square inch counts. I really like how sturdy this bin is and that it has straight sides, so everything stays standing up. But like how we created the drawer in the kitchen and we had that basket, when I put this in on the shelf, nothing can fall behind. So when I pull this out, I'm getting everything. I can easily see what's in here, what's expired, what I don't need anymore, what it is that I'm looking for. And that's so cool. Instead of, you know, like on a shelf where you're trying to like move stuff around to get to what's in back, but there's too much stuff on it, so it's really hard to get to it. This has made a huge difference in how this cabinet functions, and I feel like we can fit a lot more stuff in it now because you can just pull out this, and so you don't need a lot of extra space to move stuff around. All right, so now we're gonna head upstairs to the boys' bedroom, and I'm gonna show you our new system for storing their clothes there. All right, welcome to our boys' bedroom. We're still remodeling it, so it's not done. Eventually Tom wants to build in beds and have drawers for their clothes, but I was just to the point of like, enough is enough. So if you've watched our laundry video, for the last 3 years we've kept their clothes in the laundry room because it's been so much easier. They get dressed there, they change there, and it all stays there. It's awesome. But now they're to the point where they can take care of their own laundry, and so I'm okay with it moving up to their bedroom. But we don't have a dresser in this room, and we don't have the beds built yet. So what I did is, again, I'm just gonna make my own drawers. And so I just got a few of these containers from Walmart. They were only a few dollars a piece. I got 3 of them, one for Corbin, one for Gage, and one for their sweatshirts. This will be plenty to store their clothes in, and you might be thinking like, no way, that's not possible. You probably have too many clothes for your kids, if I can be forward enough to say that. If it feels like laundry is out of control, if it's always all over their rooms, and it's just like a big mess, probably you might have too many kids' clothes. It's just, most of us have too many. It just happens. They're easy to come by, right? Do those slide pretty easily on the carpet? Yeah. Yeah, so you think they'll work well? You're gonna keep them clean and all your clothes in there? Yes. All right, good job. And so now they'll be able to reach them. When they were in the laundry room, they couldn't reach it themselves, which again was by design because they would dump out the whole thing. So I liked being the one to get it for them. But now they can manage their own clothes, get dressed by themselves. So this will be under their beds up here in their bedroom. And then I also get asked about the bins that we use for our girls' clothes. So these are a little bit smaller size than like the big ones you get from like IKEA. So these are from Walmart, and they're around like $3.88 a piece. And so I'll track down the dimensions. They're a little bit smaller, and I like that because they can't hold so much. Like those big cube ones, they hold too much stuff, and stuff gets buried at the bottom and you forget about it. And so they each had 3 to put stuff in. Again, we don't fold stuff. That's in our laundry video. You don't have to agree with it. That's totally fine. So they each had 3 of these, and then they also had like a hanging rod above that they put their nice tops and dresses on. So like nice stuff got hung up, but otherwise t-shirts, jeans, jammies, sweatshirts all got stuffed in the bins, and it worked awesome, and they were able to keep it up. I didn't care if like stuff got commingled or mixed up, like that was their own deal, right? But it stayed in their closet, and it really helped to keep their room a lot more organized. And one other storage solution that I know we've showed you quite a bit is our DVD cases. So we moved all of our DVDs into 2 CD cases. I think they each hold like 48, I don't know, maybe more. So we got rid of all of our DVD cases, and all of the DVDs are in here. And what I like about this is that it makes my job monitoring the kids and TV much easier. So we don't have any like Netflix, Amazon Prime. You can't get to any of that from our TV. You have to, like, you can only watch a DVD. And I like that because I know if a DVD is in here that it's safe for our family. The kids can watch any of these, and I don't have to monitor it at all. And it's also nice to limit them because I'm okay if they get a little bored with our DVD selection, right? Because then they watch less, and we'll still rent DVDs from the library or get a Redbox occasionally. So we don't have to keep all of the inventory ourselves. We can get it from other places too. But here's the thing that I really want to encourage you. We've gotten rid of most of the storage, like furniture in our house. We had that big IKEA cube shelf for the girls, and I hated it. It never, I know I'm not supposed to, like, I tell the kids not to use that word, but like I really strongly disliked it because it just, it didn't actually keep anything organized, and it didn't work well. And the thing with storage furniture is that it is much easier to shove something into a cabinet or a drawer of a piece of storage furniture than to actually deal with it. So if we limit the amount of storage space we have in our house, which feels weird and counterintuitive, it just makes it so much easier not to keep so much stuff and to be tougher on the stuff that you're decluttering. Because the truth is, most of it we never use. Like, we use the same 20% over and over and over again, right? So by getting rid of the actual storage furniture pieces like bookshelves and hutches and cabinets and all those things, it has made a huge difference in our house. And I love the open space so much better than any of those pieces of furniture or this extra space that they offered. So I hope that helps a little. But if you're still working to declutter your house, I hope you subscribe so that we can spend more time together. It's been like 6 years of this process, so I feel like I've like learned some things, what actually works, but also like how emotionally draining this process can be too. So if it ever feels hard, you're not alone. So we'll just spend more time together. We'll try and help you through, and hopefully you can get through your house even quicker than we did. So, all right, I love you. I hope you subscribe. A thumbs up is the best compliment that you can give us, and we'll look forward to visiting with you again soon.